swimming from the outside looking in, you can't understand it, but from the inside looking out, you really can't explain it. This quote pretty much sums up my 12-year swimming career. Today I'm not going to talk about my 12 years, but I'm going to talk about what happened in high school and how swimming affected me. But for a little background information, I started swimming in 1996 with the Williamsport YMCA River Dragons. From then on, I began swimming year-round, starting with the Loyalsock summer swim team in the summer. Every year I qualified for districts in the winter, and every summer I qualified for All-Stars. Through the 1996 to 2004, I went to 8 different swim camps, 8 different years, at 8 different universities with my 3 best friends. So I was kind of pretty good. My swim coach coached me all throughout my 12 years. He coached the YMCA, he did swim clinics and summer swim team, and eventually he did Williamsport high school swim team. But in 9th and 10th grade, I went to Loyalsock High School. I swam as an independent for Loyalsock with my best friend Danielle. Being an independent means that you don't really have a swim team, but it was just us two, just trying to basically qualify for districts by ourselves. My high school was AA, which was kind of, there are times where like 5 or 10 minutes, seconds, 5 or 10 minutes slower than what AAA was, and I'll get to AAA in a second. But basically, it was really tough because our moms coached us, and it was basically a lot of yelling, a lot of timing. They were always on the pool deck, and just a lot of yelling and frustration. So at the end of my 10th grade year, Danielle and I tried to start a co-op, which is a cooperative sponsorship. And we don't really know the details about it because our moms basically handled it, but we had to speak in front of the board, and the Williamsport High School board and the Loyalsock board both had to agree that they would want the 2 Loyalsock swimmers to swim with Williamsport. But we didn't know if the board would go through, so our swim coach offered Danielle and I to move into his house for our 11th and 12th grade year, but that didn't go over very well with our parents or us. So basically, we just worked on the co-op. In 11th and 12th grade, I joined the Williamsport swim team along with my best friend Danielle. We went to AAA. The districts were AAA, so the times were a lot faster, so we had to practice a lot more. We had to get used to waking up at 4:30 every morning and then practice from 5 to 7 and then go to school, which we had to drive 15 minutes to. Then after school, drive 15 minutes and then go and practice from 3:30 to 6:30. It was really hard, and it was just a lot like different and like a shock to us, but overall we did really well. And from now on, after Danielle and I graduated, there's 8 kids I think swimming on the Loyalsock team now with Williamsport. What swimming has taught me was you have to have a lot of discipline, and you really have to set goals, and you have to really try to achieve them. You have to push yourself to do your personal best and push yourself for your team in relay. Which, like, some examples was one time at swimming we had to swim 2 lengths underwater without breathing, which was now illegal, but we had to do it like 8 times a week. And you also have to have a lot of dedication for the sport. Like, we had an away meet, I think my 11th grade formal night, and I had wet hair to my formal because I just came back, slipped my dress on, went to formal. And also waking up at 4:30 every morning to drive 15 minutes and practice for 2 hours before school wasn't easy. And you also have to practice really hard. We could swim twice a day over breaks, which was always mandatory, and it was just a lot of hard, but the bonding that the teams both went through was really good, and it was really fun.